jump back to part
2 of 92.
8 away on this big Valentine's Day.
Valentine's Day.
Yes. Also, The Walking Dead's back.
That's true. Hashtag Walking Dead. Hashtag
And if you hadn't seen Deadpool, go see Deadpool because it's made
Deadpool.
$135 million already. It's the biggest February opening to date. So.
And the greatest thing about it is I get in free.
That's pretty good. So we're going to talk about WrestleMania.
So I'm not going to add to the $135 million.
Well, we cannot get in for free.
That's true. You cannot get in for free at WrestleMania.
Well, it sounds like it's going back to Orlando next year.
Hopefully I'll know some people by then.
And then it looks like Minnesota, and then I bet she's going to go back to Atlanta when Atlanta gets built, the new Georgia Dome, whatever the hell it's called over there.
That would not bother me a bit.
Me neither. Man, sure. I mean, because they like to do stuff in new arenas. They sure you like to shoot down new arenas. So, but let's talk
Especially
about
before Super Bowl gets in.
We're going to go back now. We're going to talk about WrestleMania 9, 10, 11, 12, and the unlucky 13.
This is all before humongous arenas.
This was when they packed them in the house and said, "Hey, we got a full house because you had a full house."
Of course. So this is WrestleMania 9, April the 4th, 1993, and you had a dark match. And the Flying Taco actually won a match. Tito Santana actually defeated Papa Shango.
Godfather.
And Kama Mustafa,
Yes.
Kama Mustafa. In 8 minutes, even.
And then we open up the pay-per-view with a big Intercontinental Championship match. Let's say 10 minutes and 13 seconds.
Weird, and that was weird too.
It was, wasn't it? As your champion, Shawn Michaels with Luna Vachon was defeated by Tatanka and Sensational Sherri. I guess it's when Shawn Michaels got rid of Sherri and she went with whoever was taking on Shawn Michaels.
Well, why would he want to be with Luna?
She was crazy. He was crazy, I guess. I don't know. The drugs, when he's on drugs. But Tatanka only won by count out, so Shawn Michaels retained the Intercontinental.
They gave them a lot of time in 18 minutes.
18 minutes and 13 seconds, that's a long time. But it's the start of the match. You want to get people rocking and rolling. With Shawn Michaels, that usually happens.
That's true. Your second match of the pay-per-view, you had the Steiner brothers, Rick and Scott Steiner, defeating the Headshrinkers, Samu and Fatu, who later on became Rakisha, with Alpha, one half of the Wild's Moments, in 14 minutes and 22 seconds. 2 long matches back to back. I like it.
It is. The next match was Doink the Clown defeating Crush.
Gonna crush.
That's when he's pulling off arms and Doink's laughing because he's...
Yes.
And I think he won with another Doink when using a fake arm.
Nice, I like it.
In 8 minutes and 28 seconds. This was because it was in Vegas, baby. Vegas, baby!
And apparently these two people have something about beating this guy very quickly. Because the next match is Razor Ramon defeating Bob Backlund in only 3 minutes and 45 seconds. His old tag team partner, Diesel, a.k.a. Kevin Nash, beat him in what, 8 seconds?
8 seconds to win the title, yes.
Was it a competition? Who can beat who faster?
Yes. You do it at Madison Square Garden, I'll do it at WrestleMania.
Right.
Up next was for the World Tag Team Championships. It lasted 18 minutes and 27 seconds as your champions, Money Inc., Ted DiBiase, and IRS, defeated the teams of the Mega-Maniacs, Hulk Hogan, and your boy, Brutus the Barber Beefcake, with Jimmy Hart in their corner by disqualification. Hogan had to lose, but he didn't have to lose by a penny.
And another long match.
A long match, yes.
Did you tell him how long?
18:27. Yes,
okay. And then the next match, you had Lex Luger defeating Mr. Perfect. Should never happen. In 10 minutes and 56 seconds.
New gimmick, narcissist. You know, I can understand it. If he's been there for a while.
Oh yeah, because that's how Bobby.
Because you've seen what happened when he was there for a while.
That was after Bobby Heenan turned on Perfect and went with the narcissist.
Yes. And Luger was, yes.
And then once Luger became the Americana guy, then he started losing all the time anyway. So.
He did. Up next was The Undertaker with Paul Bearer defeating Giant Gonzalez with Harvey Wippleman by disqualification in 7 minutes and 33 seconds.
Whoever said that was a good idea to hire him.
Oh, that was a terrible match.
Fired. Yes. And then,
you know, I think that was the only match that Undertaker won that wasn't by pinfall or submission. I think every other one he won by pinfall.
They probably couldn't get him down on the mat to pin him anyway.
He'd fall down. He's a big old clown.
Did he fall?
He was down a few times.
It's weird. Anyway, I guess they said, "Oh, WCW did something with him. We could do something better." Just give up.
Let's put him in a big Bigfoot costume first, and then we really got to go in.
Right. And in your 8th match on the paper, you had Yokozuna with Mr. Fuji defeating Bret the Hitman Hart for the World Heavyweight Championship in 8 minutes and 55 seconds. Oh gosh, this one.
And then the travesty. I didn't know he was a booker. I didn't know he could book a match, but he did, folks.
Just walked out there and took it.
As Hulk Hogan come down to help out Bret and then got waved into the ring and defeated Yokozuna to become the new World Heavyweight Champion in 22 seconds. I'm losing the tag match, but I'm going home the champion.
That was his last title run before WCW as well. But why? I mean, why would Bret say, logically thinking, why would Bret, after losing the belt, say, hey, go ahead, just go on.
He had salt in his eyes and I remember him waving.
How does that give you a signal to say, hey, go with the belt? And who says, hey, ring the bell?
That's true.
I didn't see Jack Tunney.
Nope.
Did you see Jack Tunney?
Nope.
No. Okay, thank you. WrestleMania 10. March the 20th, 1994.
We were back in Madison Square Garden because they like to do that every so often.
10-year reunion.
Yes, and then they stopped doing that.
Because number 20 was the last time they did it, I believe. Because it
was
was another 10 years.
Yep.
Where they all begin again.
And we had one dark match. It was the Heavenly Bodies, Jimmy Del Rey and Dr. Tom Pritchard, with Jim Cornette defeating the Bushwhackers, Luke and Butch, and no one cared because there was no time.
Right. In your opening match of the evening, you had brother versus brother.
Brother.
With Owen Hart, the King of Hearts.
The Black Heart.
The Black Heart, yes. The Nugget. Yes. Defeating Bret the Hitman Hart in 20 minutes. 20 minutes, 21 seconds. Longer, by the way, than the main event. And the longest match of the night.
That was. And it was a great match.
And Owen deserved to win.
He did.
My opinion, I'd be like, okay, if I beat him, why can't I be in the title match?
I know, that is true.
Thank you.
But they don't think that way.
Yeah.
Up next was Bam Bam Bigelow with Luna Vachon defeating Doink and Dink in a mixed tag match in 6 minutes and 9 seconds. That's 6 minutes too long for that mixed tag match.
9 seconds would have been good enough. The third match of the pay-per-view was Randy Macho Man Savage in one of his last appearances.
Yes.
Before going to WCW.
Actually, don't like how he had a world title and a couple more matches after he retired. Wow, that's great.
Isn't that weird? Very strange. He defeated Connor Crash.
He was a heel this time. So
he was a heel because he was Mr. Food.
Joint became a face, Crush became a heel after 1 year.
Isn't that strange?
It is strange.
In a Falls Count Anywhere match in 9 minutes and 49 seconds.
Yeah, remember that.
Yes. Because he hung him upside down.
He did.
And he ran back in the ring.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's should be called Falls Count Anywhere.
No.
He had to pin him. Falls Count Anywhere.
So why did he hang him up in the air?
I don't know, but
we'll have to go back and watch that on the network for only $9.99.
Yes, that's right.
Because the only thing I remember is him hanging him upside down.
Him up. He pulled him up and hung him up
By his leg, right?
Yes.
Hung him up in the air, and then he went back in the ring and he won.
Okay, we got to go check that.
We definitely got to watch
that. I guess since you're at Pensacola Con next week and we're off, I may dive in to see what happened at WrestleMania 10 for this match here.
Very confused.
Because I'm stuck on that too. He pulled up, crushed his legs, and went back.
That's all I remember about it.
Unless he pulled him up enough and then laid on his chest to get the pin.
Right.
And then went back in the ring and celebrate.
That's the only thing I
All I remember is he pulled the leg up.
Yep.
Great. We got great memories here.
We do.
You think how bad is that? I don't remember this match being on the card. The women's title match. As Alundra Blaze, the champion, who has a dirty mouth herself,
she really does,
defeated Leilani Kai.
She
may be. She would make him blush in 3 minutes and 20 seconds. That was no wonder 3 minutes 20. Don't remember her being at WrestleMania.
I mean, not even enough time to smoke a blunt.
Nope. A minute short.
A minute short of that. And ladies and gentlemen, in the fifth match of the night of the pay-per-view, you had Men on a Mission, Mabel and Mo, with Asuka defeating the Quebecers, Jacques and Ramon. No, that's his brother.
Yes.
Jacques and Pierre.
Yes.
Not Jacques and Ramon. I just like saying Ramon. Jacques and Pierre with Johnny Polo.
Ooh, Johnny Polo. That sounds familiar.
Sounds very familiar. I think his name is Raven.
Oh yes, he hates the WWE now.
Yes. And the Quebecers were the tag team champions, but the Men on a Mission won by countout, so the Quebecers retained their tag team titles in 7 minutes and 41 seconds.
Up next was the first World Heavyweight Championship match of the night. Because of what happened in the Royal Rumble with Luger and Bret winning, that's what happened. You had to face somebody. Luger got first shot at the champion, who was Yokozuna, who had Fuji and Cornette outside, but Yokozuna defeated Luger by disqualification to retain his title, as Mr. Perfect was a special guest referee in 14 minutes and 40 seconds. So there goes Luger's shot at the championship. So Bret Hart now will face Yokozuna later in the evening.
Weird. Just a year beforehand, Luger was beating Mr. Perfect. I see shenanigans and tomfoolery with that.
They probably remember that.
They probably did.
No.
Weird. Okay, number
Because
7.
Luger was a good guy then.
Right.
I don't know
so was
Perfect.
Perfect.
Was Perfect a good guy too?
I think Perfect was a good guy too.
Man.
The 7th match of the actual pay-per-view is Earthquake. Oh, I remember this. It was so fast. It was over with. It was stupid. Earthquake defeated, because I think Earthquake was kind of on his way out.
Because so was the other guy. I think he beat it.
That's true. But he did going to WCW.
Yes.
Beat it, yes.
Because
Earthquake, if you look, when we just went over these WrestleManias, he won on there. So maybe he came back and then decided no. Because he went to WCW as Shark. Not Shark Boy, but Shark.
It's not Shark. He ate Shark.
He ate Shark Boy. Many Shark Boys. Anyway, Earthquake defeated Adam Bomb with Harvey Wippleman in 35 seconds. Wow. Bad.
Up next was for the undisputed Intercontinental Championship match. It was a ladder match. One they keep talking about is the best ladder match of all time.
They say it was the first one. They lied.
It is a lie. And they even say that. They even come back and say they lied, which makes sense. But it lasted 18 minutes and 47 seconds. It was the second longest match of the night. And why not? It's for the Intercontinental title when it meant something.
That's true, too.
As you had the Intercontinental Champion, Razor Ramon defeated Intercontinental Champion Shawn Michaels to become the undisputed Intercontinental Champion.
That's true.
Yes.
Ooh. Yes, that's how I feel about that. But anyway, and in the 10th match overall, the 9th match of the pay-per-view, see, they were starting to shrink the time.
They definitely did, yeah.
Bret the Hitman Hart defeated Yokozuna to get his win back from the year before.
Yep.
Isn't that weird? They main evented 2 years in a row.
They did.
Strange things are happening. Bret Hart defeated Yokozuna with Mr. Fuji and Jim Neidhart. Oh my gosh. Jim Cornette.
Why is Jim Neidhart in the corner of Yokozuna?
I don't even know what I'm reading. What is in my drink? For the World Heavyweight Championship with Roddy Piper as special guest referee in only 10 minutes and 38 seconds, which if you really think about it, is a long time for Yoko to be in there because that was a total of 24 minutes, or about 25 minutes really.
Yes.
Because 14:40 and 10:38.
Yep.
So it made it sound like a short match, but you also got to think about Bret Hart also went 20
30
plus 30, yeah, 30.
Almost 31 minutes.
Almost 31 minutes. So yeah, that was a long time for both of them. Especially Yoko. A big boy.
He big boy.
Big boy.
And not with us anymore.
He unfortunately not.
And he's related to The Rock.
He is. WrestleMania 11, April the 2nd. That one was kind of high up in
It
March,
was
wasn't
early March, yeah.
Weird. April the 2nd, 1995.
We did not have a dark match. We didn't have a free-fall. We started off with the Allied Powers, Lex Luger and the British Bulldog defeating the Blue Brothers.
So he couldn't get over as a singles guy.
Yeah.
As a heel or a face, so they just put him with British Bulldog.
And that's, you're on your way out. Took on the Blue Brothers, which so many different names for these boys.
Yes.
Jacob and Eli Blue with Uncle Zebekiah.
That sounds familiar.
He does. He sounds kind of a little dirty. In 6 minutes and 34 seconds.
And the Blue Brothers are also the Harris twins.
Yes.
Which I think they were also...
Part of the DOA?
They were part of the 8 Ball
and Chains?
Maybe in Chains.
Or Skull?
No, it was Skull and 8 Ball. That's right, because they were both bald. Then they had a lot of hair as the Blue Brothers. And then in WCW, they were the Harris twins, the Harris boys, whatever you want to call them. And then I think they were also...
Harris something in TNA, wasn't they?
Yeah, they were just Harris boys there too. But I think they had, like, when they were talking about... I think they changed their name a little bit when they were talking about standards and practices and stuff like that. I think they were doing something like that too. But anyway, it was...
That's the history of the Blue Brothers.
Thank you. Yes, there you go. The second match of the pay-per-view was Razor Ramon, accompanied the ring by the guy who pinned him.
Yeah, he got himself on the map.
Got himself on the map by pinning this guy. But Razor Ramon was with the 1-2-3 Kid, and he defeated Jeff Jarrett, J-E-W-E, with the Roadie, who was the Intercontinental Champion. Not Roadie, but Jarrett was.
Yes.
But Razor Ramon only won by disqualification, and it was 13 minutes and 32 seconds.
I mean, who the Roadie is, he's Double J.
The real Double J.
Double J.
Jesse James.
Yeah.
J-E-S-S-E. J-A-M-E-S.
Armstrong, yes. And up next, the third match, which is officially the third match, was The Undertaker with Paul Bearer defeating King Kong Bundy with Ted DiBiase in 6 minutes and 36
Part of the
seconds.
$1 Million Corporation.
And I think Bundy was on his way out.
He was.
And this was like the 8th win for Undertaker. Feels
Something like that. The fourth match of the pay-per-view. Owen Hart and Yokozuna They took him out of the title picture, didn't they?
Yes, they did.
With Mr. Fuji and James E. Cornette. He's not Jim Cornette this time. It's James E. Cornette.
And that's not Jim Neidhart either.
That's true, too. Defeated the Smoking Guns, Billy and Bart, who were the WWF Tag Team Champions at the time. So Owen and Yoko are the new Tag Team Champions in 9 minutes and 42 seconds.
Which is good.
It's just good. It's good.
Up next, it was an I Quit match with Roddy Piper as special guest referee. It was Bret Hart defeating Bob Backlund in 9 minutes and 34 seconds.
Took longer for Bret to beat Bob Backlund than it did for Razor Ramon to beat Bob Backlund or Kevin Nash to beat Bob Backlund.
Well, you gotta make him quit, so it's a little bit, you gotta make him say I
A
quit.
little bit different.
Just pinning somebody's shoulders to the mat for 3 seconds is a lot easier than making them say I quit.
Sure. Oh, Lord. Okay, there we go. The 6th match on the pay-per-view was Diesel, who was the World Heavyweight Champion, accompanied the ring by Pamela Anderson.
Yeah.
Weird. Defeated Shawn Michaels with Sid and Jenny McCarthy. And he retained his championship in 20 minutes and 35 seconds. The longest match of the night.
It was. But the main event,
So weird.
the one they were talking about because it had Lawrence Taylor in it. Who would have thunk it?
Can you say all the names that he's with?
I can't. Lawrence Taylor with all his football buddies, Ken Norton Jr., Chris Spillman, Carl Banks, Ricky Jackson, Reggie White, and Steve Mongo McMichaels.
Before WCW!
That's what got him on the map. Defeated Bam Bam Bigelow with Tatanka, King Kong Bundy, Ted DiBiase, IRS, Nikolai Volkov, and Kama with Pat Patterson as special guest referee in 11 minutes and 42 seconds. What?
I said that's so random. Well, Pat Patterson
I
is special
know.
guest referee. That's strange. But anyway, no. Here's the funny thing: having Steve Mongo Michaels out there. Here is the ironic thing about that. You know how everybody, basically Eric Bischoff would hire you as long as you had been to WWE before.
Yeah.
He probably said, "Yeah, I've been to WWE before. I was at WrestleMania.
Yeah, look right here, yes.
I was at WrestleMania. Oh, you got a job. Bring your dog with you too. You'll do commentary.
Yeah.
Pepe or whatever his name was. Anyway,
It wasn't Pepper.
it wasn't Pepper. No,
It was
but made
Pepe. I think it was Pepe.
Pepe. Anyway, this is WrestleMania 12. Is it?
Yes.
Yes, yeah. March 31st, 1996. Almost right there at the cusp of the Attitude Era.
It's getting there. It's cusp minute.
In the free-for-all match, the Body Down to Skip and Zip with Sonny defeated the Godwins, Hog and Pig, with Hillbilly Jim for the vacant tag team. Wait, what? Wait, what?
I know.
You put a vacant tag team championship match in the free-for-all, not even on the pay-per-view.
Nope.
Biggest pay-per-view of the year.
Yeah.
That only included 6 frickin' matches.
Right.
And the tag team titles is on the and it's vacant. It's not there's an unknown amount of time.
There's no time. They didn't time it. Yes.
My
Great
brain
writing in
hurts.
1996.
My brain hurts.
When we opened up the pay-per-view with Vader, Owen Hart, and British Bulldog with James E. Cornette defeating Ahmed Johnson, Jake Roberts, and Yokozuna with Mr. Fuji in a 6-man tag match in 13 minutes and 8 seconds.
So Yoko's a face now.
So we're going to throw all the people in it together. Yes.
Right. So Yoko's a face and so is Mr. Fuji. That's weird.
Yeah, I know.
All right. The second match of the pay-per-view was Roddy Piper defeating Goldust with Marlena in a Hollywood backlot brawl. What? Unknown amount of time. Oh, because they kept going back to it, didn't they?
They did.
They went to another match, then they go back to it.
And they threw some O.J. Simpson footage in there, yes.
Yes, they did. Yes, with the white Bronco. Because that was all around.
And Vance was probably back there going, ho, 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 ho.
Wasn't this around the time all that
Yes,
happened?
it was, yes.
Yeah, so there you go. But
Yes.
still, kind of weird. Like, you just look at this. Like, probably one of the worst WrestleManias of all time.
It's pretty bad, yes.
I mean, yeah, Piper and Goldust were.
It's a big stinker. It's getting
Piper and
bad.
Goldust were good. Like, it was entertaining.
Yeah.
And they still talk about it to this day. But then, like, the next match is retarded. And the next match is pretty bad. Because of who he defeated, the next match was kind of bad, probably. And, I mean, the main event really, to me, doesn't say that. Whatever.
But up next is Stone Cold Steve Austin with Ted DiBiase.
Had he changed his name yet?
I don't think he had. I think it's a misprint there.
It is a misprint. That's the Ringmaster, son.
Yeah. Defeated
Because he
Savio
was not
Vega.
Stone Cold until I thought Ted left.
He was Stone Cold until the King of the Ring winning the King of the Ring.
Right, and Ted was already gone.
Yeah, Ted was gone. He was not with Ted when he was Stone Cold Steve
Right.
Austin. No, that
So
should
this
be
is
Ring
the
Master
Ringmaster.
or just Steve Austin. Defeated Savio Vega in 10 minutes and 5 seconds. That's a long time. They had a pretty good feud because they went in your house.
They did. They had a strap match and everything, didn't they? So there you go. The $1 million title, I think, was even on the line between the two of them.
I think so.
So, I mean, that's good. They were getting over, but still, bad name.
Yes.
This next one, that's one of the reasons why this is such a horrible pay-per-view. The fourth match on the pay-per-view was the Ultimate Warrior coming back again. Defeating Hunter Hearst Helmsley with Sable in 1 minute, 39 seconds. He gave him the pedigree and popped right back up. Bad.
Yes.
Bad.
But he wasn't being punished yet, so that's kind of weird. Or was he? No, because Diesel's still there. No, he wasn't being punished yet.
Not yet.
Okay. Up next was the Undertaker with Paul Bearer defeating Diesel in 16 minutes and 46 seconds to add to the streak.
Was Razor Ramon not even on the pay-per-view?
I don't see him.
There's no Razor Ramon on this.
He must have been hurt with a shoulder surgery.
Like everybody else.
Yes.
And in the final match, yes, already, the final match.
Maybe he was going on, maybe he went on to W. I guess not. I don't know.
There was a gap where, but it was only like a couple of weeks.
Yeah, it wasn't enough because they all hugged in the ring.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's kind of weird though. You should research why he was out that pay-per-view. But anyway, because I mean, with him around, he was always at every pay-per-view.
He was, yeah.
So anyway, the main event was Shawn Michaels with Jose Lothario.
Maybe knew how bad it was. He didn't want any part of it.
Right. Defeated Bret Hart, who was the World Heavyweight Champion, and it was a 60-minute Iron Man match for the title, and it lasted 1 hour, 1 minute, 52 seconds.
Yes.
And Shawn won in sudden death overtime because in the 1 hour there was no winner.
There was no
Neither one of them had a pinfall victory over each other.
Yep.
So they had to go into sudden death overtime, which lasted 1 minute 52 seconds, and Shawn got one pinfall over him.
Gave me a kick, and that was all she wrote.
And then he told me, "Get it out of my ring! It's my moment!" Then they started hating each other from there.
Yeah, really.
It just got worse.
And what did Razor do before? Was he up here? Yeah, he was. Yep.
Defeating Jeff Jarrett.
Yeah. But
No, he was not Intercontinental Champion.
No, he wasn't. Yeah, but he
was in a title match, though.
Yeah.
It's very strange.
Very strange.
Just nothing.
We'll have to find out what happened to Razor.
And now we have a WrestleMania 13.
WrestleMania 13 this week was March 23rd, 1997. And our only free-for-all match was Benny Gunn defeating Flash Funk in 7 minutes and 5 seconds.
Hey, Funk, you are so flashy.
So one was
Or were you so funky?
So funky.
Same thing, really.
Hey, Flash versus the Funk Man.
Hey, Flash, you are so funky. That's stupid. He was
dressed.
He literally was Brodus Clay before Brodus Clay came around.
That's right. Two-Coat Scorpio was dead.
That's right. Just like Cody Rhodes. Dead.
Yep. And that would open the pay-per-view with a big old tag team match.
Big old. Oh, this is me.
Yes.
The Headbangers, Mosh and Thrasher, which I got to tell you about them.
Okay.
Defeated the new Blackjacks. Blackjack Wyndham and Blackjack Bradshaw.
I'll tell you about them.
That was bad. I'll tell you about them right now. It was bad. They should have never done that. They should have just been Barry Windham and Bradshaw.
Yeah.
And I'd have been okay with it.
Yeah.
Didn't they dye both their hairs black?
Yeah, they look like the Blackjacks. Yes. And bad and terrible mustaches, porn stashes they had.
Porn stashes.
Did not work.
Of course it didn't.
Killed Barry Windham's run.
Every time. Okay, he was the stalker, people.
Dead run.
How many more? Okay, the only good thing.
The Widowmaker was okay, but it didn't take off.
Just let it be Barry Windham. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I don't understand it. The only time he could have a good run was NWA, WCW. That was it.
That was it.
That was it. WWE did not know how to use him.
No.
I don't understand it. And then they also defeated the Godwins, Henry O and Phineas I, and Doug Furnace and Phil LaFawn, which one of them had passed away as well. It's pretty sad. In a four-way, it's one of them. That's all I know. In a four-way tag team elimination, number one contenders tag team. Woo, what? I'm so confused. Okay, fatal four-way tag team elimination match.
No more contenders
to be number one contenders for the tag team titles.
Yes.
It made it look like it was number one contender tag team championship.
Yes.
Like weird. Weird. 10 minutes, 39 seconds. Weird though. How they worded that. Weird.
Yes. Okay. Up next was the Intercontinental title match. It was 9 minutes and 45 seconds as Rocky Maivia, your Intercontinental Champion, defeated the Sultan.
Who was?
Rikishi.
Yes.
And Fatu.
That too.
with Bob Backlund and Iron Sheik. And like I said, 9 minutes, 45 seconds. Rocky sucks, Rocky died.
I did it for The Rock. Isn't that weird later on?
He did it for The Rock, yeah.
He did it for The Rock. He lost for The Rock.
He did.
And the fourth match of the night, Hunter Hearst Helmsley with China defeated Goldust with Marlena in 14 minutes and 28 seconds. Huh. Pretty long match.
Yeah, for nothing on the line. Just didn't
Nothing.
Up next was Owen Hart and the British Bulldog, the tag team champions. Till they take on Headbangers because they're no longer contenders now.
Right.
Versus Mankind
You
and
really think
Vader.
Headbangers going to beat Owen Hart, British Bulldog?
No.
Thank you.
You throw Mankind and Vader together with Paul Bearer, ended in a double count out for 16 minutes and 8 seconds. So as Owen and Bulldog retain the tag team titles.
Your next match, you have Bret defeating Stone Cold Steve Austin. He was Stone Cold by this point.
He was, yes.
In a submission match with Ken Shamrock as a special guest referee because they were bringing in Ken at this point to start up his WWE career. In 22 minutes and 5 seconds, the famous scene with the blood flowing down the
And
face.
this is when it kind of switched because Bret wouldn't let go and Austin wouldn't give up and people started cheering Austin and Bret hated it too.
Exactly, because Stone Cold did not tap out. He did not give up. He did not say, I quit. He passed out.
That's it.
And that's what made Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Up next, your next match was a Chicago street fight, so that kind of gives it away.
Oh, it does.
You had the Legion of Doom, the Road Warriors Hawk and Animal, and Ahmed Johnson defeat the Nation of Domination, Farouk, Crush, and Savio Vega in 10 minutes and 45 seconds.
Do you know there's a lot of heat on Ahmed Johnson from Animal about this? Because supposedly Hawk gave Ahmed Johnson the spikes and a jacket and all this, and Animal claims that he stole it. I'm like, oh my word. People, leave it alone! And in the final match of the night, you had The Undertaker defeating the WWF champion, Psycho Sid, in a no disqualification match in 21 minutes and 19 seconds. One of the very few times that he went into WrestleMania for the belt.
That is true.
Because I think he beat Edge for it, he beat Psycho Sid, and maybe one other time. That was
Yeah, when the streak was on the line, the title, he was coming out champion.
Of course! So that is it for WrestleMania pay-per-view review.
Yes, it is.
And up next in part 3, we're going to talk about
WrestleMania 32.
And then we're
Last week we talked about the championship matches that should happen, might happen, may not happen. And this week we're going to talk about some more matches that may not, whatever. You know, we'll have to find out and see what we think could happen, the way things are adding up down the road here.
absolutely.
So come on back to part 3 and we're going to talk about it right here at Top Row Rally. I'm Mike Hogan.
And I was just a car.
We'll see you in a few clicks.